Hello everyone and welcome back to Neptune's Child Tarot. My name is Monique and this is my second tarot channel here on YouTube. My main tarot channel is Moon Moth Goddess, so I thank you guys so much for your continued love and support here on the channel. Over here on this channel we do focus more so on the self, healing, self-love, inner child, shadow work, spirituality, career and finances, all of the stuff that is related to you. On my other channel, Moon Moth Goddess, I do have primarily love readings. However, I've had that channel for a little over, I think, 3 years or almost 3 years. So there are a bunch of other readings over there as well. If this reading does resonate for you and you want to check out some more content, I encourage you to check out that channel as well. So today's pick a card reading is actually going to be an idea that I took from one of the private readings that I've done for a client, which was just a few days ago. And this client, this was one of their questions, and it is, what core wounds are the most prominent, right? Things that need our attention, things that still need healing. So I thought that this would be a helpful reading for those of you that still have some wounds from childhood, or even those of you that believe in past lives and may feel that there are certain core wounds that are kind of being relived through this lifetime, or even ones that you notice maybe even that are happening within the family. Okay, so what core wounds are the most prominent and need healing, right? So we're going to do 3 piles today. I do have the oracle decks that we're going to be using today. I am going to shuffle the piles and put them together for those of you that like to watch that process. I will have a timestamp down below for the pile actually put together with the crystal on top of it for those of you that want to choose that way. And then after you look at that, you might want to just click on the timestamp. That's going to take you directly to your reading. But I'm going to show you the crystals that we have today, and some of you might be able to choose just from this. Okay, so pile number 1, you are going to be this pink agate, which is like a really beautiful fuchsia color. For pile 1, what core wounds are the most prominent? For many of you, this can be inner childhood wounds, right, that are there. Pile number 2, we have the orange calcite, little heart. And then pile number 3, you are going to be this little amethyst crystal. For pile 3. So I'm going to put them all in my hand here so you can see them together. So pile 1 with the pink agate, pile 2 with the orange calcite, pile 3 with the amethyst. Those of you that want to see the pile with the crystal on top of it, you can click the timestamp. For those of you that already know based off of what you see here, you can click the timestamp that goes directly to your reading. Okay, so pause the video if you need a little bit more time, and I will see you guys at your reading. Hello guys, so let's get these piles shuffled and put together. We are going to be starting with this oracle deck here, and I will have all of the oracle decks that I am using today down below in the description box. So let's see, pile number, we're going to start with pile 1, shuffling 1 card. For each of these, we'll get 1 of these cards. And our topic is, what core wounds are the most prominent and need healing? Okay. So what core wounds are the most prominent for pile number 1 that still need healing? This one's coming out. So pile 2, what core wounds are the most prominent for pile 2 with the orange calcite? What core wound is the most prominent that needs healing for pile number 2? Pile 3 with the amethyst. What core wounds are the most prominent and need healing for pile 3 with the amethyst? Okay, so that is for pile 3. So let's do this one here. Pile 1, With the pink agate, what core wound is the most prominent that needs healing for pile 1? Pile 2, what core wound is the most prominent? And we are going to be shuffling your tarot on camera for each pile, and then we'll already have our oracle cards put together. So pile 3 with the amethyst, what core wound is the most prominent that needs healing? Okay, so let's go into this one here. Pile 1, what core wound is the most prominent and still needs healing? Right? Because this could be something that's still affecting you, right? Sometimes without even realizing it subconsciously. Pile 2, what core wound is the most prominent that needs healing? And some of you may even feel called to watch, you know, more than one pile or all 3. What core wound is the most prominent for pile 3? Let's go into these ones. Now these ones, I know from some of you watching my other readings, sometimes there are images that I do have to kind of cover up on the oracle and the tarot. This might be one of those decks, so I will have to kind of check this card for each pile to see if there's anything that I do need to cover up. That's pile 1. What core wound is the most prominent? For pile 2, what core wound is the most prominent and still needs healing? And then pile 3. No, I don't want you guys to see them. Pile 3, what core wound? Okay. And then this one here. Pile 1, what core wound is the most prominent that needs healing? For pile 1. Pile 2, core wound that needs healing for pile 2 with the orange calcite. And then pile 3 with the amethyst. Okay, and then we have one oracle deck left, this one here. Pile 1, what core wound is the most prominent that needs healing? The pink agate for pile 1. These cards are really heavy. I'm just noticing how heavy this oracle deck is. Trying to shuffle it. Wow, that is... What core wound is the most prominent for pile 1? Okay. Pile 2, orange calcite. What core wound is the most prominent for pile number 2 at this time that needs healing? And then pile 3 with the amethyst. Okay. So let's get these put together right. So we have a good timestamp for the people that are going to come in and look. Okay, so pile number 1, this is your pile here with your pink agate. Pile number 2, this is your pile with the orange calcite. And then pile number 3, this is your pile with the amethyst. Timestamps will be down below. It'll take you directly to your reading. Pause the video if you need a little bit more time, and I will see you there. Hi, pile 1. So those of you that resonate with the pink agate, this is your pile. Those of you that watched the process of putting these oracle cards together. We are going to be pulling your tarot on camera, so we will get to that in just a second. I'm kind of torn of whether or not I want to look at your oracle first or the tarot. I don't know. We'll just see. We'll look at the tarot first and kind of see what comes through. Sometimes I like to start with the oracle cards, but let's see. So pile 1, what core wounds are the most prominent and need healing? For pile 1, what core wounds? The 9 of Cups. What core wounds? Page of Swords. Okay, 3 of Swords. Okay, so I'm already seeing where this is going. Already seeing it here. What core wounds are the most prominent? We also have the Magician. Five of Swords. Okay. Let's actually pull more here. I want to look at least what core wounds are the most prominent and need healing for pile 1. We have the Moon. Okay, so I'm already kind of seeing some of these messages are going to be super specific for you guys. So only take what fits, of course, because this is a general reading. But I'm seeing a lot of the way in this is affecting. Pile 1 is a lot of stuff having to do with the mind. And we will get into that in a second. So what core wounds are the most prominent and need healing? Ten of Pentacles. Okay, yeah. So the big wound that I'm seeing here, and this is probably one that affects many of you by way of family, okay? There's a family wound here with that Ten of Pentacles. So it is something that may even be affecting your ability to maintain in the past, or even something that you're experiencing now, your ability to be able to maintain secure, stable relationships, okay? And I feel like there is the core wound here that I'm noticing is there is a little bit of disconnect or detachment. And I only feel that this is happening for you because you have been someone who has been really, really hurt in the past. Okay. The main thing here I'm noticing is this Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords is pain, heartache, suffering, maybe even feeling betrayal, because the Three of Swords can talk about betrayal, feeling betrayed in some way. Either that's by a partner or even by a family member. But what I'm kind of noticing here is that we have the Page of Swords and the Queen of Swords. And when I'm looking at the two of these, it almost makes me feel like for some of you, you could have had a detached or even emotionally unavailable or neglectful parent, okay? Whether it is mother, father, because we have the Queen of Swords energy here, this is feminine energy, okay, within the tarot, although the tarot doesn't have gender. But yeah, the Queen of Swords is going to be feminine energy. And then the Page of Swords can represent a child, okay? And so the Queen of Swords can sometimes come across as very strict, very cold, very detached in their communication. So some of you, this is kind of giving me the the kind of feeling that you may have a little bit of a detached connection or disconnected type of connection with a parent or a family member that maybe raised you, if it's not, mom, dad, or even if you had a parent that was absent. But I feel like with the Ten of Pentacles being here, this is Spirit saying here that this is a family wound. This is something that kind of ties into the reading. I think I did it yesterday. I'm not sure. No, it was 2 days ago. I did a generational cycles, curses. Which generational cycles and curses are you breaking? So this almost makes me feel like that too. This is tying into that reading a little bit, especially with the Ten of Pentacles being here, because this is family, okay, with the Ten of Pentacles. So what I'm seeing here, because there is a lot of this Swords energy here, the Page of Swords, the Queen of Swords, a lot of this is affecting your ability to be able to communicate effectively. I feel like in a way it may, because I feel like maybe that emotional bond or connection that you may have needed with a parent may not have been there, may not have been available to you. And so I feel like almost the word that was kind of coming through when I was looking at the Page of Swords and the Queen of Swords is cynical. Cynical. So many of you may be very skeptical of partners, people. It may make you feel very guarded, almost like you cannot trust people. It may raise conflict or even self-sabotaging types of thoughts, tension that you may even feel with others. The Five of Swords, for some of you, it may even be that you feel this need to really kind of protect yourself and be very guarded, because I feel like with the Moon energy being here, there's a lot of repressed feelings and emotions. This is also irrational fears, anxiety, confusion, even kind of keeping yourself stuck in an illusion at times, depending on what you're kind of going on in your life. But the Moon energy is subconscious. So I feel like Spirit's saying here that this core wound that you have is from the family, generational, okay? And I am feeling, like I said, regardless if it's a mother, father figure here, that there is a detached type of connection with regard to communication. So that can even be, like I said, affecting you with romantic partners, friends, people around you. I feel like there's putting your wall up, putting your guard up, and maybe not letting others in. And I feel like I said, it's only because you've been hurt, really hurt with that Three of Swords. There's a lot of pain, a lot of that energy of suffering, or like I said, betrayal. And so the other thing that I'm noticing here that came out as soon as I saw the Nine of Cups and the Page of Swords and the Three of Swords, these energies here, is your perception and the way that you look at certain things that you have gone through, okay? Our perspective about our past is everything. We can either be in a place where we're holding on to, grudges, resentment, anger. And I feel a lot of this energy here in the Five of Swords. Can be very combative energy with the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords can sometimes talk about a lot of arguments, really not so great words that are spoken. And it could be that you have been in a family unit in which there was a lot of swearing, cursing, just aggressive. I hope you know what I mean. I'm trying to keep it PG for YouTube. Yeah, just very aggressive, very cold or detached, The Queen of Swords, she can be really mean, cold, towards people. And yeah, that's just it kind of, I'm seeing here the child here, the inner child as the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords can also be a little bit of a smart aleck. Okay, a little bit of a smart aleck. And so that may not have gone across very well with parental figures, and I'm feeling a lot of tension. So like I said, either it's this just kind of like this combative energy that you may have felt with I'm even given kind of like authority. authority, like, because the Queen of Swords would be kind of like an authoritative figure. So some of you may have been a little bit rebellious. I feel like a little bit of a rebellious, maybe teen or child, going into your teen years, is kind of what I'm seeing there. But what I'm getting to is the lesson that I'm kind of seeing here, or the thing that is a wound here, is because of these things that you've gone through in the past, your perspective is everything. The way that we choose to look at trauma, at wounds that we have from our past. The big thing here is gratitude. Okay, holding gratitude, because you may think, okay, well, I've gone through X, Y, Z, this person hurt me, that person hurt me, and why would I have gratitude? Why would I have gratitude? But we have to look at this in a way that our soul is learning something from this, okay? Most of you already know my whole story. For those of you that don't, I do have another channel that I kind of abandoned, only because of my timing and my schedule. I haven't had really time to sit down and record myself on camera, but I posted my story a couple years ago about the traumas and things like that I've gone through. And with the trauma that we have gone through, we can either choose to, be sad and miserable and depressed and let it completely take over our life, or we can choose to rise and to transmute, alchemize that energy and use it for something that helps us to step into our power, right? So we have choices. We can either let it take control, let us completely break us down, which sometimes it does. Sometimes we hit rock bottom because of the traumas that we go through, right? But we can choose to stay there, or we can choose to rise. We can choose to learn. We can choose to grow and evolve from that. So one of the things with the Page of Swords is the energy of a student. These are lessons that we're learning. And for so many of you that chose this pile, these are painful lessons. But I'm also feeling with the Nine of Cups energy here, which is about gratitude, right? Us holding gratitude for those lessons, right? Instead of, keeping those feelings repressed from our past and creating certain illusions or fears or insecurities, right, that we have deep in here. For others of you, I feel like there's also this energy coming through about finding your voice, giving your trauma, giving your wounds a voice to speak, to share. Many of you with the Queen of Swords energy here are meant to write a book. You're meant to become a mentor. You're meant to speak to others. You're meant to maybe do something on social media like a podcast, or, sharing in some way your voice and giving this pain a voice as an outlet for you to be able to share that, to reclaim your power. Many of you, I feel like through that, you're not just meant to be someone who is, a victim and who has gone through certain traumas and that's it. You're meant to take this trauma, this core wound, and create and manifest abundance for yourself, financial security, stability, which I'm seeing here with the King of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands, the Knight of Wands energy here too, which is about, your passions, your dreams, your goals. And with the Nine of Cups, in the way that we can look at certain people that we connect with in our past that have created wounds for us to heal, right, in a way, we can hold those situations from a place of gratitude. All right. It doesn't happen overnight. I will say that, because I have gone through some really, really painful, traumatic things. And it took me a long time, okay, to be able to forgive, to be able to look at those wounds from a different perspective. And I'm, just like anyone else, not completely healed. I still have abandonment wounds from my father not being present. I still have wounds, mother wounds, that have to be addressed there, right? But that Nine of Cups says a lot about your ability to hold gratitude for those lessons that are helping you to become a more stronger, more empowered version of self. So it really is in the way that we are looking at the experiences that we have, even though in that moment we're being triggered, we're being hurt. It may seem like, how could I ever be grateful for this? How could I ever be grateful for this, for what I've gone through, right? But it is your work in progress of you with that magician energy here about reclaiming your power. It may also be affecting you in a way with the Five of Swords energy where there is self-sabotaging thoughts, a feeling of defeat, or even bringing about conflict between you and other people that you find, right? Not letting your guard down is another thing. And I'm also getting here with the King of Pentacles. Some of you, it can even be stability, security. Maybe if there were abandonment wounds that you do have, because the King of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles, these are going to be tied into the root chakra, okay, which is our foundation. So that's where I'm kind of saying here that many of you that chose this pile, this is something that is way far back wound. And I feel like from childhood, it's kind of like, I'm just kind of seeing you go from this page who wasn't able to fully express their heart, their feelings, their pain, and then kind of growing into the Queen of Swords type of adult of needing to find your voice and needing to fully learn how to express and articulate and, be honest with those fears and underlying insecurities and suppressed feelings and emotions, repressed, yeah. Right? And sometimes those things cloud our judgment. Another thing that I was kind of getting with this pile, I don't know why, and it's not even that it's here in this spread, but another thing that was coming through that Spirit is letting me know is some of you may even kind of feel like other people are judging you, like other people are talking about you, other people are, and I feel like that's kind of like this insecurity that's here for some of you. It's just kind of feeling like other people are being negatively talking about you or towards you, kind of behind your back. And I feel like it's because you've been betrayed. Some of you have been betrayed here, and some of it's by family members. Other of you, it's friends that have done that to you. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm kind of seeing here so far is family, generational. But like I said, you're meant to find your voice through all of this. And kind of, I feel like Spirit's wanting you to have more gratitude, because these things really are all going through them. Like I said, in the midst of them, you think, how can I ever forgive this person, right? How can I get to that point when I feel there's so much of this pain that I'm still holding here in this moon energy, right? This is where we keep things concealed and hidden. And some of you, I feel like with this moon energy, felt like you couldn't reveal your true self. It's kind of like so much pain that, oh God, it's like making me feel like you just hid part of yourself off. Like it's making me want to cry. Like you just hid a certain part of yourself away, and you felt like you couldn't allow like the real you to be seen, because it's like you felt like people hurt you so much that you put up this wall, pile one, it's like this wound. Yeah, it's a deep one for you, pile one. It's a deep one. And I feel like a large part of it is you learning how to really connect back into yourself and your heart, your feelings, your emotions. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. But I feel like looking at your King of Pentacles, your Queen of Swords, many of you are finding your voice through this. You're giving it. Many of you, like I said, are writing, journaling. For many of you that are still kind of feeling still a lot of that pain and things that you have not shed light upon, things that need to be illuminated, that you are meant to create a legacy within this lifetime with these things. And that is why Spirit is wanting you to hold gratitude. That's why, because it's like with this King of Pentacles, this Ten of Pentacles, you are meant to create your abundance. You're meant to manifest with this, alchemize this energy, and turn this pain and this wound and this trauma for some of you into your wealth, your abundance, you're just completely changing this. And like I said, many of you with this Queen of Swords energy are meant to be teachers, mentors to others, sharing your story, sharing your wisdom and knowledge that you've gained from many of you, these childhood experiences that you have. So that's why Spirit is saying, have gratitude. This is, for many of you, who you're meant to become this lifetime is this powerful Queen of Swords energy. And so allow this wound to be something that inspires you to transmute this energy into something powerful, right? Every single person that you meet and connect with in your life is helping you to gather all of this information for you, turning this into, you're building an empire here, pile one. Okay, you're building an empire through this. And that is why Spirit is saying, hello, have more gratitude, have more gratitude. Like, do you not see who you are meant to become through all of this? You are the magician, right? You are a powerful co-creator. And the King of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles is your birthright, right? Let's stop those underlying fears, insecurities, anxiety, right? Illusion, deception. Many of you, yeah, there's deception here. Deception, betrayal, deep, right? And it could feel, like I said, you could feel deceived by a partner. You could feel deceived by or betrayed by a friend, a family member, a romantic partner. So some really deep wounds, okay? So let's take a look at your oracle. And I mean, the signs don't really matter, but we do have Pisces energy here. We have strong fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Let's see what else. We have Pisces energy. Okay, so let's look at these here. What a reading. Okay, so we have patience here. And I feel like this being a big thing that Spirit is wanting you to learn, maybe to be more patient with others, with yourself. Maybe it's a huge lesson, right, for you. Because I'm noticing that in this here we have a bunch of butterflies. And that to me is a symbol of that transformation you're going through, right? And sometimes, you know, it takes us a while. Like I said, for me, it took a long time to get over certain things, you know, where I felt just kind of sucked into a dark black hole of misery and pain and just kind of only seen life through the lens of trauma. And I stayed like that until, I don't know, 2017, 2018, you know? Just healing through all of that, working through it, and really trying to change my perspective and the way that I looked at my people that I had connected with, right? Yeah, those of you that haven't, this is your first time clicking on one of my videos, go over to the little, click on the little picture that I have, the Neptune's child photo. It'll take you to my main channels page, and then you can scroll over to, I think it's channels, and it'll show you my other channels. It'll show you my Moon Moth Goddess channel, and then my other channel, the Mystical Gypsy. on that channel there, I do have a pretty long video. I think it's like an hour and a half long of my story on healing trauma and depression and anxiety and things like that. So you might want to look at that. But yeah, we have patience here. We have maintain your childlike spirit. We have dependability. Yeah, so that says a lot to me with this King of Pentacles energy, of feeling that you can feel safe and secure, right? The Ten of Pentacles is our foundation, and we first get that foundation, right? That sense of stability and security from early childhood, our parents. And if we have a parent that's not present, that's absent, right? Abandonment, okay? As a core wound for some of you. Not feeling safe, not feeling stable, not feeling secure. Some of you, I'm even kind of getting an energy of hypervigilance here as well too. So if you've had a parent that was very strict and very like on edge and combative and arguing and yelling and fighting and things like that, it almost makes me feel like you were felt like you were hypervigilant, like you had to constantly make sure, like, how does this parent going to react? What are they going to say? Are they going to be upset at me? Are they going to yell at me? Are they going to be, it's like all of that. So, and that may have been for some of you something that really kind of forced you. I'm feeling that this is something here that caused you, for some of you, to shut down and feel disconnected from your own feelings, your own emotions, because yeah, I'm getting not feeling safe, not feeling secure. Some of you may even have fears of abandonment, right? Fears of abandonment when in your adult romantic relationships, right? Being able to feel that this connection, that friends and romantic partners is one that I can count on. I can count on this. I can feel safe. I can feel secure. I'm not going to have those irrational fears sitting at the back of my mind, right? For many of you with the maintain your childlike spirit, it's like sometimes some of this trauma that we go through on an early age, it kind of, I don't know, I kind of see it in a way like scares the child right out of us. It's like it forces us to kind of sometimes grow up too fast, or that innocence is taken away. We disconnect from the inner child. We feel disassociated. We no longer enjoy childhood, right? Sometimes for some of you through that trauma. So this is Spirit wanting you to also reconnect in with the inner child, right? Allow them to do their thing. Look at her. She's on a swing here, right? Not saying that you have to go out and swing and do stuff like that, but, painting, drawing, coloring, writing, poetry, like, what did you like to do? Think about those things and reconnecting. Allow that inner child to kind of come through is another thing I feel like Spirit is wanting you to do. Okay. Also huge communication here, right? Learning how to articulate, learning how to express yourself. Some of you feel like you can express yourself through writing it down and not so much your words. So maybe it's also learning how to speak and give that wound a voice, right? Give that wound a voice. Get a little, a journal, write down your feelings. Take yourself back to a certain event that you remember that's still painful. Write about it, right? Let it out. Expression with that Queen of Swords. Boundaries, look at that. Boundaries. So many of you, this is going to be, a need for you to learn how to set healthier boundaries. And it could be with relationships. It can be with other people. Parents, right? Friends, family members, learning how to set boundaries and also respecting boundaries of others. Okay. Okay, so we have Rhodonite. And then we have Yin Yang. Okay. So this Yin, wow, you have 22 here and number 22 here. So like 22, 22. Maybe for some of you, this is something significant with the number 22. I don't know. To me, this is also like duality, balance. We're seeing that in the yin yang energy. Balance, right? Yin yang. This is about you alchemizing energies, balancing out your own energy, harmony, balance, a need for, through this, to alchemize like that energy and kind of find and balance within yourself, your feminine, your masculine energies, your light, your shadow, however you choose to look at that. Okay, so the last card you have is a rhodonite. And I want to see what you have. What is that? 47. Yeah, look at that. Perfect. It says harmony in relationships, easily connecting with others, generosity, reciprocity, discovering hidden talents to share with others. So that's what I was saying here earlier, is some of you, because of this Page of Swords and Queen of Swords, may have difficulty, right, with allowing yourself to connect emotionally with people, letting that guard down because you feel skeptical, right? Like I said, cynical, like just, yeah. So it says relationships helps to teach us our destiny and discover our purpose, and people will come into our lives to be our angels on earth, offering love, encouragement, and resources for building the lives we want for ourselves. Now is the time to connect to others in the spirit of generosity. For Rhodonite spirit is here to help you form healthy partnerships that benefit everyone. Allies, and this almost makes me feel too that because of that Five of Swords energy here, some of you may have found yourself in relationships that where there was some type of abuse, or the V word, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, not such good situations that you've been in. The arguments, the fighting, the nastiness, the just aggressive energy, if you catch what I'm saying. Okay. And that could have even been something that you had in the home between parents that were like that, okay? Or even finding yourself in relationships like that were toxic. Okay, it says allies can be invisible or come in unexpected guises. So keep your eyes open. Listen to that little voice inside nudging you to reach out and extend a hand to someone you feel a connection to. This person might have invaluable ideas or solutions to offer you, or be the inspiration that helps you to find the courage to move into unfamiliar territory and express gifts you may not have known you had. The conscious universe works through people, so think about connecting today. If not to an old friend or someone you love, then to someone you've been too shy to approach. Heal the belief that you shall do it all yourself. We're in this together. We are meant to work in partnership, exchanging our gifts to better the whole world. So the relationship message for this says all of us have gifts to share and a deep longing to be needed. So open up to a partnership that allows both of you to give and receive. Now is the time for you to reach out and take what is freely offered, and to recognize the continual flow of reciprocity between you and the people in your life. If you are feeling too enmeshed with someone and wondering where you end and that person begins, spend a little time connecting with Rhodonite spirit to establish healthy yet fluid boundaries, okay, that allow a balance between you and the people you care about. When you are generous yet aware of your worth, giving with a healthy sense of self, you attract those who respond in kind, right? So this is spirit wanting you that even through this, you learn how to transmute and find balance within your own energies, right? To me, this is almost kind of in a way where this is spirit saying here that where the other person ends and you begin, it's like, I don't know, to me, it's kind of giving me codependency as well. Codependency, attachment, right? And it may be for some of you because of maybe abandonment that you may have had, right? But learning how to separate, keep yourself, your individuality, right? Your interdependence in connections, relationships, situations like that. Okay. But yeah, I'm seeing 22 here. So many of that is another message. We also have number 27, 50, and 47 here. Okay. So there may be maybe an angel message for you, angel numbers. But yeah, the twos are about balance, harmony, duality. Okay. And we're seeing that here with the yin, the yang, To me, that is about you. Through this whole wound, you're meant to alchemize it and find balance within yourself, harmony within yourself, so that you can then bring forth that balanced energy from within to connect with others, right? Others that are going to bring forth the same energy and also respect your boundaries, right? Respectful of each other's. Okay? So very, very emotional reading. Very, very powerful, I feel like, as well. Many of you that are, you know, acknowledging these wounds that are here, right? Working through it. Like I said, that process of holding gratitude and towards certain things like this can be a long process, a lengthy process, but it's not impossible, right? It's not impossible to heal from these wounds that are here. It's just continuing to stay committed, dedicated to yourself, to your healing, to finding balance from within. And Spirit's saying here, maintain your childlike spirit, right? Don't allow these things that you've gone through to, I don't even like to say ruin you, but like, don't allow them to take away from you, right? Don't give your power away. Allow yourself to reconnect into your inner child and let that energy kind of shine through, you know? Yeah, don't let it take away your authenticity and, you know, things without that, okay? So I'm going to leave it here for you. Pile number 1. I hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, Pile 2. So let's get into your reading. We're actually going to save your oracles. Pile 1 had me, like, feeling so emotional. We're going to look at yours here. I'm going to save these just for a second. We're going to look at your tarot first. Difficult reading today. Pile 2. What core wounds are the most prominent and need healing? With orange calcite, pile 2. What core wounds are the most prominent for pile number 2 and need healing? What core wounds? Okay, I just saw the world. Some of you, this is like bringing an end to some cycle, right? Bring it to completion. Let's see what else. What core wounds are the most prominent and need healing? We have the Page of Wands. This is, yeah, self-discovery. Self-discovering the self, your passions, your desires. And with the Eight of Swords energy here, to me, this is a lot of self-limiting beliefs, okay? And that could be negative thinking, being pessimistic, right? Negative thoughts, intrusive thoughts, obsessive thinking, overanalyzing. The Eight of Swords is a mental prison, okay, that we keep ourselves stuck in. Maybe fears, right? Fears that we have. Not trusting the unknown, not trusting uncertainty, and feeling like we have to know all the answers. We want to know, like, what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen. You know, and there's a need for us to learn to let go and to trust, okay? Maybe for some of you, there are trust issues. What core wounds are the most prominent for pile number 2 that need healing? Okay, so we have Strength. We also have the Emperor. Okay, so some of you, this is going to be tied into the energy of the masculine. So it could be a father or even a male for you. Okay, it could be your father figure. It could be even some type of wound you have around your own inner masculine energy. Okay, having the courage to move forward with certain things, being courageous enough, confidence, okay? For some of you, this can even be some things that's affecting your self-esteem, your self-worth. Something that's affecting your focus and your discipline with moving forward with certain things, okay, is what I'm seeing here. But yeah, I feel it's affecting the masculine. This could be a wounded masculine energy that you have within yourself. Or it can even be that you have some type of wound surrounding the father, paternal. Okay. Let's see. What core wounds are the most prominent for pile number 2 that need healing? Abandonment. We've got abandonment. Okay. For some of you, it could be, like I said, father. It doesn't have to be. However, I feel like Spirit's saying here, it is a parental figure. You know, sometimes when we have a parent present, it doesn't always, we can still feel neglected. Okay. Just because a parent is present doesn't mean that they are there for us in the way that we need them to be. Okay. They can be emotionally neglectful, emotionally unavailable. You know, we can't talk to them. We don't, you know, it's just, and that can be something that has affected you in a way. But yeah, that is abandonment. What core wounds are the most prominent and need healing? The Four of Wands, which is stability. Okay. Maybe a lack of stability, a lack of harmony. And I feel like in a way, this is family. Okay. This is a family wound that you've got here. And it could be, like I said, mother, father. It could even be something that's affecting your adult relationships where there is maybe a fear of abandonment, a fear someone's going to leave, they're going to walk away, affecting your marriage, right? If you're married, it's just like this. Let's see what else. Last one. What core wounds are the most prominent and need healing for pile number 2? The Eight of Wands. Okay. Yeah, for one thing, I am seeing that there is a lack of confidence, and it could be low self-esteem, low self-worth. I feel like it is something that's affecting your solar plexus. Okay, the solar plexus chakra. Your confidence in yourself. There could be self-limiting beliefs that you do have, okay, in that Eight of Swords energy, obsessive thinking, intrusive thoughts, overanalyzing, pessimistic type of thinking, negative, just negative, you know, negative, always going to the negative. I'm noticing that this is also something that because of this abandonment wound here, I feel like the overanalyzing, overthinking, the mental prison that we keep ourselves captive in, it's something that has affected your ability to be able to discover yourself, right? Because because this is connected into the root chakra, okay, which is our foundation. If our basic needs are not being met by a parent, this is the root chakra, right? We're going to, if we're not feeling loved, we're not feeling nurtured, cared for, we're dealing with poverty, you know, any sense of lack, poverty, scarcity type of mindset, abandonment wounds, feeling shut out by a parent, or even having that feeling of despair, feeling alone, feeling void, feeling emptiness. And it could be a fear of abandonment what they have even when getting into connections with other people, friendships, marital partners. But I'm seeing that this is a lot of energy around masculine. Okay, so like I said, it could be your masculine energy. It could be that you notice that you find yourself when connecting in with other people. Okay. The strength energy to me is, you know, maybe fears, underlying fears that you have, and learning how to be able to face those fears. Okay. Facing fears that even prevent you from being able to really focus and keep yourself grounded and disciplined and take action, because the Emperor is an energy of getting things done, right? Taking control, making decisions, moving forward with certain things. So yeah, there's abandonment is the big thing. Abandonment, like I said, it's affecting your ability to really kind of discover yourself, who you are, your own feelings, your own emotions, to discover what your passions are in life. And once you have those passions and creative energy, that you're not afraid to delve into them, to stay committed to goals, to stay dedicated, to put the work in, to moving things forward, is kind of what I'm seeing here. Okay, so yeah, I'm definitely getting root chakra, solar plexus, This could even be something with that Eight of Swords energy here that's affecting, I feel like we're still root chakra energy, but also maybe even the third eye, right? As a result of the blockage within the root chakra, it's also affecting your mind, the third eye. You know, you're not trusting maybe at all. It could be trust issues. It could even lead you to chasing, right? Chasing romantic partners, chasing people, being afraid. Or it could be the complete opposite, in which you are the person who shuts other people out as well. But yeah, I feel like it is something that's affected your confidence in yourself. The Eight of Cups energy to me too is also maybe the inability to be able to let go and move on from people, situations, friendships, romantic partnerships that are no longer serving your emotional needs, but keeping yourself in it. Okay, it affects the stability and the harmony with your relationships, friendships, family relationships. Okay, is also what I'm seeing here. So we do have Aries, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We do have strong Leo energy here. Taurus, Pisces. Okay. What else? We have Sagittarius as well. Gemini. Okay, yeah, but we've got abandonment. Abandonment. That is a big one, right? It's a big one because those, and I would say, you guys, I have done thousands of readings, private readings, and of course, in the addition to all the readings that I've ever done on the other channel, Moon Moth Goddess, you know, thinking about how many different piles I've done, with how many different videos I've done, how many readings. Abandonment wound is a big one for healing. Rejection wounds, abandonment, right? Feeling neglected or fear, right, of that. It's a big one to heal. Okay, but yeah, I am seeing that it is kind of coming around a male masculine energy. And like I said, it could be your inner masculine energy where you don't feel confident enough in yourself to stay focused and disciplined and committed towards pursuing your passions in life, right? It's affecting your self-esteem, your self-worth. You maybe even feel like you're not good enough, or that you're not, there could even be a scarcity mindset, right? Self-limiting beliefs surrounding financial abundance and your ability to create and manifest abundance for yourself by learning to trust your intuition and to take action, right? To feel confident enough to say, okay, this is what I want. And instead of sitting in this Five of Pentacles energy, right, any self-sabotaging thoughts with the Eight of Swords, that you're actually able to stay grounded and focused and disciplined, organized. The Emperor is also about strategy and planning, okay, with getting things done. So let's look at your oracle messages here, pile 2. We've got simplify here. Okay, simplify. We have progress. We have potential. Yeah, look at that. The big picture. I like that because you have the Emperor here. Being able to see the big picture. Seeing the potential, I feel like, within yourself. Right? In a way, with the simplify here, to me, it's about you being able to, I almost feel like, because the Eight of Swords energy is a lot of our, you know, thoughts, insecurities, fears, like I said, overthinking, overanalyze, negative thinking, you know, worst case scenario that we're thinking. And the need for simplifying things is a need for being, of course, being aware of those thoughts, being able to release them, and looking at ourselves in a way as we're making progress to be able to heal from these things, right? Not perfection, right? Because like I said, abandonment wound is not an easy one, right? To heal. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of committed, dedicated effort into really working through that. because it is one that does run deep. It is also one that is incredibly common, right? And very challenging for us to be able to heal, but we can definitely work towards that, right? And look at what those underlying fears are and know how much potential and how much worth and how much value we do have within ourselves, right? Being easy on ourselves, I feel like being compassionate, looking at the bigger picture of things instead of that Eight of Swords energy where we're only focused on, you know, those things that we get into our head a lot, right? With overthinking certain things. So let's see what else. We have the Door to Spirit. Okay, the Door to Spirit. And then we also have Blue Lace Agate with card number 12. So yeah, to me, I'm seeing this a lot about you changing or shifting perspective with certain things that you have gone through here, and about staying committed to, you know, the healing process. With the Door to Spirit here, I almost feel like Spirit's saying that these wounds that you do hold and carry, for some of you with that Eight of Swords, like I said, it could be affecting the third eye, maybe even the crown, because we do have Door to Spirit here. But once really working towards healing these, because I notice you have both the root chakra, and then to me that is the third eye and the crown. Okay. Now, if you think about it, those of you that have awareness of the chakras, the chakras are, you know, the 7 main energy centers that we have throughout the body, and we can store energy there, right? We can store a lot of feelings, emotions, a lot of trauma, right? And that trauma in those create blockages within our energy. Okay. So the root chakra being the foundation, the crown chakra, third eye being at the top, right? When we can really focus on healing this root chakra energy, it's going to help us to better able have a more solid foundation at the bottom to build upon balance within the other chakras above that, all of the other ones, right? From the root all the way to the crown, the top of the head. And that crown is our connection to source, right? Is our connection to source. So when we can feel that we have a strong foundation here, it's going to help us to open up and alleviate the blockages throughout so that we have that connection to source. Okay. And for many of you, this can be Spirit saying the importance of healing that root chakra energy makes all the difference in your ability to be able to connect in more with your higher self, with your spirit guides, your ancestors, your spirit team. Right? You're being able to kind of see in a way, the way that your spirit guides. And I'm looking at the way this beautiful angel here, she's looking at this world in a way. To me, I'm looking at this as symbolic of your spirit guide, your higher self, looking at you here on earth during your experience that you're going through this. But out of this earth, we're seeing this beautiful flowers that are blooming here, right? So in a way, it's kind of like your higher self or your spirit guides are seeing this in a way that you are growing through this. You're turning this wound into something beautiful in yourself, in that you can change and shift your perspective on these wounds, any fears, any insecurities that you might have, right? Surrounding abandonment, surrounding neglect, you are also finding confidence within yourself to grow and evolve into the best version of yourself, into an energy with the Four of Wands here and the Ten of Pentacles, where you can work towards maintaining and building healthy, harmonious relationships, family relationships, partnerships, friendships, in that respect here as well. Okay. So yeah, to me, it's all about changing and shifting perspective and seeing the potential, I feel like, within yourself, letting it out, right? Not judging yourself for still having a certain wound or certain wound that's still getting triggered. With the progress energy here, to me, it's about you, like Spirit's saying here, making progress, right? Not perfection, right? Being compassionate towards yourself as you are still healing from that wound, okay? Or healing, for some of you, the connection relationship that you do have with abundance. Because for some of you, that Five of Pentacles is talking about a scarcity or lack mentality mindset, right? Being without something, not having something. And that is really for us to find a sense of feeling complete and whole within the self, to learn to have the courage to face a lot of those more difficult, challenging emotions, to be able to work through them. And through those wounds and healings is where you find spirit, is where you find source, God, universe, your higher self, right? To find renewal. So let's look at your blue lace agate. Let's see. Okay, so this says peaceful acceptance, stress-free, non-attachment, freedom from unnecessary dramas. Okay? So the relationship message for this says the universe is ruled by divine order. So now is the time to release all your anxiety. If you are sensing that your relationship is in transition, know that the conscious universe wants the best for you and will work with you to help you experience the loving relationships you deserve. You are not untethered and tossed about by the cold north wind, even if it may feel that way right now. Be at peace, for you are firmly on the ground, and the conscious universe is your reliable anchor, right? So a lot of that is talking about grounding, feeling grounded. Connect with this ally, and this transition will lead you to something even better, for you will remember that change can be a very good thing. Open yourself to new possibilities for transformation, right? And we were seeing that Page of Wands energy, right? About discovering and adventure and pursuing passions and feeling excited, right, about life, and meeting and connecting with people and not coming from that place of lack or emptiness. The Eight of Cups is also in a way helping you to kind of set out on discovering yourself, taking some time for introspection, healing, reflection, right, of these wounds and how they still might be affecting you, but you actually dive into them as well. Okay. What else am I seeing here that might be helpful? Okay, this is talking about worrying here. What was I thinking, worrying about the past? Endings lead to beginnings, so be present in this transition. Learning the lessons of the past and being enthusiastic about all the wealth that will be available to you in a prosperous future. So those of you that where this is a scarcity, right? Lack mentality, mindset, that is a core wound. It can affect your confidence and your ability to say, okay, yes, I can create and manifest abundance, right? I can feel grounded. I can feel like my needs are going to be met, and I do have potential in which to be able to manifest abundance versus holding on to a lot of negative thinking, unstable thoughts that are surrounding my mind and making me feel like I cannot, right, achieve something. I cannot achieve a certain goal. So this is where Spirit is saying that transformation is going to be something that really helps you, right? Embracing change. It says you're not too old, too late, too stuck in your ways to anything. You are enough, and you will have help as you dare to be different and step into a new destiny. Finding your purpose with peace in your heart instead of living according to the old patterns probably created long before you even thought about your habits and belief systems. Why hold on to a past that causes you stress and anxiety? It's already changing anyway. Impermanence is the nature of everything, and the conscious universe has so many ideas for how to help you be fulfilled, balanced, and joyful. Okay, so peacefully accepting things from the past, right? Not really attaching ourselves in a way I feel like maybe even codependency. Okay, freedom from unnecessary dramas, which can include other people, right, that are creating that type of energy within our life. We're learning how to communicate and take action towards learning how to build stable, harmonious connections, relationships with others, and also, of course, with ourselves. Okay, with this. So I'm going to leave your reading here for you, pile number 2. I hope that this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, pile 3. So those of you that resonated with the amethyst, we're actually going to look at your tarot first, and then we'll pull into your oracle messages. So our topic today is what core wounds are the most prominent and need healing, right? The core wounds that could be affecting you in your life at this time. So let's see, what core wounds are the most prominent and need healing for pile number 3. And I'm already feeling this is something surrounding your beliefs, okay? Your maybe self-limiting beliefs and transforming them. cycles that you have kept yourself stuck in, of certain beliefs that have kept you from being able to feel free, that have been able to not, I feel like, keep you stuck in a place of fear, of being able to take leaps of faith into the unknown, into the uncertainty, trusting, okay? Finding balance within yourself and trusting choices, decisions that you're making from a place of your heart. Your heart, your soul is kind of urging you. And there's certain beliefs that are kind of holding you back from being able to move towards certain things that you're wanting to accomplish for yourself. Okay? So pile 3, what core wounds are the most prominent? Another one I'm getting is boundaries. Okay? A need for boundaries. And that could be creating your own boundaries, right? Learning how to set better boundaries with people, family members, friends, romantic partners, but it's also respecting another's boundaries as well, right? Finding your own identity as well is another thing that's coming through. So pile 3, what core wounds are the most prominent and need healing? Core wounds for pile number 3. We have the 6 of Wands in reverse. The Knight of Swords. We have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We also have Leo. What core wounds? We have the Sun. Yeah, this is something that's affecting your confidence, your self-esteem. This can even be self-sabotaging. Okay? An energy of self-sabotage, not feeling confident in yourself. This is affecting the solar plexus chakra. Okay? Solar plexus work. Building up your confidence, your power, creative energy. It could be even creative, having creative blocks, or having the creative energy, but not being able to direct that energy towards taking decisive action towards it. Okay? What core wounds are the most prominent and need healing for pile number 3? Wow, look at that. 5 of Swords. Okay, yeah, that is self-sabotaging. Okay. I will say I'm feeling a little bit of shadow energy coming through for your pile, because we do have the 5 of Swords and we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. And when the Queen of Wands is in the reverse, sometimes she can be very rude. She can be very spiteful. She can be a little bit nasty with her words and the way that she gets upset and mad. Her temper, she can be get very irritated very quickly, and just kind of lash out at people. And sometimes this can create conflict, right, that we have with others, family members, is what I'm seeing here too. Okay. So that may be a little bit of shadow that is kind of creeping in here. And it could be because of, a lack of, like I said, low self-esteem, lack of confidence within yourself. So in a way, it could be something that is maybe even causing you to act out in a certain way that's not like you, right? Not like yourself. So let's see here, because I feel like that wound is still there, but we'll kind of dig in a little bit. I feel like there's more here. What core wounds are the most prominent and need healing for pile number 3? Jealousy. Okay, jealousy is another one with the Queen of Wands. Jealousy. Queen of Cups. Okay. What core wounds? Okay. So the Queen of Cups energy is a very loving, very nurturing energy when she's in her upright. But I feel like if this is coming as a wound, it could be that maybe, I don't know. I'm just going to say this, and this may be very specific for some of you. Some of you, you have a maternal figure who there may have been jealousy And that jealousy could have been directed towards you, like literally, like I'm getting like a toxic parent who was jealous of their daughter, like a mother who's jealous of their daughter. Raising a lot of conflict, I feel like, in the home. So that is very specific for some of you. The other thing that I'm seeing here with the Queen of Cups is not loving the self-feeling. I'm feeling also emotional immaturity. Okay, learning how to be emotionally mature, learning how to properly communicate your emotional needs with others, a need for nurturing the self, a need for learning how to really truly love the self, which is going to help you with your confidence here, your self-esteem, your self-worth. Okay, because that Six of Wands energy is in reverse, this is talking about when we are feeling sad, we're feeling glum, we're feeling like we're not getting the recognition that we really deserve, right? Some of us, I'm kind of getting here, there's also this very competitive energy. So some of you, it can even be this competitive energy that you feel with a parent, that you feel with siblings. Yeah, and to me that kind of leads to self-sabotage or... yeah, I'm getting jealousy here with that Queen of Wands in reverse. Like I said, she can be a little bit rude, a little bit spiteful. Inability sometimes for some of you to take Yeah, this is a lot of shadow stuff that's coming through. The Queen of Wands in reverse can also be when we have the inability to take responsibility for our own actions and then blaming other people. We're not taking accountability for things that we've said, things that we've done. And a lot of that can be you learning how to own up, right, to your... I almost feel like your shadow side that's coming out that needs balancing here. Okay, but yeah, some of you, I feel like it is. Sometimes we don't take responsibility for our own actions, the things that we say, the things that we do, and we kind of point the finger at other people and, you know, take on a different type of mentality in which we're blaming other people, right? Or it can even be that you had someone, like a parental figure that was kind of acting that way with you. But yeah, to me that is that energy surrounding sabotage, self-sabotaging thoughts. The Five of Swords can also be this feeling of defeat. You know, we're feeling defeated in some way. So when we feel defeat, we lose faith, right? Yeah, to me that Six of Wands is a feeling of sadness, right? Maybe like a feeling if we do work towards something that we want, we're working towards it, and we feel like it's not manifesting in the way that we want to. So instead of sticking to it and finding like solutions to kind of find our way through that, we end up self-sabotaging ourselves. Okay, we end up self-sabotaging. And I feel like you are someone who has really powerfully creative ideas and are, you know, inspired by many things, and you're very intuitive. But yeah, to me, that Queen of Cups, so we also got Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Aries energy here. Aquarius, Aries, Sagittarius, strong Leo. Okay. So pile number 3, what core wounds are the most prominent and need healing? The High Priestess. This is your intuition, your inner knowing. Right? So this can even be something that's not trusting and believing your intuition, not really going within and trusting what your intuition is really guiding you to do. Okay. Whoa, that one just fell on the floor. What is it? It is the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. Okay. We have 3 queens here. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, to me, this is something that is affecting also the energy surrounding manifestation and abundance. Okay. Trusting your intuition when it's guiding you towards creating and planting the seed for something new. It's kind of like you lack the confidence to actually stay committed to the goal and see it through. right? Because normally with the Queen of Wands, when she's in the upright, she is unstoppable. She is a force to be reckoned with. She has a passion, she has a desire, she has something that she's, wanting. There's so much potential within the Queen of Wands, right? To achieve, her dreams. But when we have that Queen of Wands in reverse, it could be that you are someone who also sees other people around you who are, manifesting, and their manifestations they're aligned with them, right? It's coming through for other people, and it may seem like it's like with ease, but it's like when it almost makes me feel like a lack of action, a lack of trusting your intuition and where it's guiding you towards. And you have these powerful ideas, you have this creative energy, and it's like just not trusting your intuition and where it's guiding you to. So you end up sabotaging yourself. Okay? It's kind of what I'm seeing here. I do want to clarify this Queen of Wands energy just a little bit. But yeah, to me, there is a need for nurturing, self-love, self-care, maybe even for some of you, more compassion towards others, or being more loving, allowing love in. Okay? Allowing love in, allowing yourself to be open and receptive to love. Because I feel like for some of you with that Five of Swords, it could even be that you also push other people away, right? It could be that this is kind of manifesting in a way that you're sabotaging relationships, and it's friendships, family, even situations. Some of you, I'm getting that there is a mother-daughter type of situation here. Mother-daughter. Okay. Let's see. What is this Five of Swords? Even like with siblings too, I'm getting here. Five of Swords. Why is the Five of Swords here? We've got Earth sign energy here too. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Why is the Five of Swords here? The Four of Wands, right? So this is creating conflict within friendships, family, the home, relationships, right? This could be purposefully sabotaging relationships, okay? Without even realizing it, sabotaging relationships, or finding yourself in situations in which the people and partners that you're connecting with are sabotaging. Okay. Why is the Five of Swords here? Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, and I feel like for some of you also with the Four of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles and the Five of Swords, it's like sabotaging in a way that you're not, almost like you're sabotaging your foundation. Like you're trying to build something. You're trying to stay committed to what it is, but then, and like I just said, end up sabotaging it, right? And kind of maybe giving up on a goal, giving up on the dream or the vision that you have for yourself. So it's like kind of like the follow through, I feel like is an issue, right? Staying committed to whatever that may be. Why is the Six of Wands in reverse? Some of you, I feel like, it may be that you're not feeling like you're getting the recognition that you really want or that you deserve from others. And that could be from friends. It could be from romantic partners, family members. But with the Death card here, there is going to be a need for you to really work towards transformation here. Bringing that feeling of, I don't know, to me, it almost makes me feel like some of you, and I feel like this has to do with confidence, but it almost makes me feel, why is Spirit saying this? For some of you, like, what is it? What is it? It's like when you expect your needs to be met, say with a friend, a family member, a romantic partner, but you're not actually voicing them. You're almost like expecting people to read your mind and to know what you want and to know what you need. And there's a need for you to really kind of find your voice and speak from a place of love, kindness, versus that Queen of Wands. And I feel like as, because your own maybe self-esteem, lack of confidence, energy, sometimes this can lead to very impulsive things that you're saying for some of you that lead to conflict with others. Because that Knight of Swords can be very impulsive, a little reckless at times with the things that they say or actions that they take that could lead you to challenge. You're finding being met with challenge, resistance. And I feel like a need for, with the Queen of Cups energy here, looking at certain situations, people, looking to it from the lens of love and compassion and empathy, versus I feel like the go-to here with the Queen of Wands, which is getting upset. And I mean, I don't know, the Queen of Wands is a fire sign energy, so it's like the flared temper, the anger, the aggressive kind of like type of energy here. And sometimes, like I said, it can come across a little wrong off to others, right? Where we hurt other people's feelings and we don't even realize it. And then, like I said, it creates conflict here, and we don't realize the power in our words, in what we're communicating to others, or even in the way in which we're communicating to ourselves, right? Sabotaging ourselves. And I feel like with death here, it's that need for transformation, right? Transforming that way of thinking, that way of feeling, and really nurturing ourselves, right? For many of you, I feel like that chose this pile, maybe you weren't getting like the love. Maybe there was emotional neglect, feeling emotionally neglected by a parent, or even a romantic partner. Okay. But yeah, to me, this is really a need for learning to love the self, a need for nurturing, right? Those self-sabotaging types of thoughts, or feeling like we're not being seen, we're not being heard, people are not seeing our value, right? And if we don't see the value within ourselves, how can we expect other people to see it? Right? We need to kind of put forth that energy of, we know our worth, we know our value, we know what our power is, right? And not expect that someone's going to just see it if we don't even see it within ourselves. Okay? So you also have Scorpio energy here. So let's actually look at your oracle and see what you have here. You have imagination. That almost makes me feel, for some of you, that your own thoughts or your way of thinking can sometimes, like, you hurt your own feelings. You hurt your own feelings is kind of what I'm getting here, because of that Five of Swords and the Queen of Wands in reverse. That goes into the self-sabotage, right? And it can even be like you're surrounded by people, friends, family members, things like that, but sometimes you get into your head and you end up hurting your own feelings. Okay? We have hydrate here. So that may also be something Spirit is wanting you to focus on, is maybe you don't drink enough water, and Spirit's like really calling you out right now. Like, you need to really take better care of yourself. Okay? Nurture yourself. Water, right? She's touching and kind of poking at the water there. So to me, so that you are able to release, right, a lot of these things. We also have friction here, which we're seeing there with that Five of Swords, right? So many of you, like I said, this could be affecting your connections with others, your friendships, your relationships, romantic partnerships, your family situations, where holding on to this type of energy is something that is creating friction in those connections, right? People are not getting along. That's bringing in conflict. It's giving in words that are exchanged between people that are very, sometimes we can be mean, right? We can be mean. We can say mean things to people and not mean them. But sometimes we get in that feeling. And I feel like a lot of it is because there's a need for learning to accept the self, to be more confident in the self, to boost up the self-esteem, the self-confidence, the self-worth, the belief in the self, the learning to love the self, right? Certain insecurities, I feel like, because like I said, the Queen of Wands, when she's in her upright, she is all about her, her feeling confident in herself, feeling beautiful and feeling strong and powerful and empowered. And to me, with that Queen of Wands in reverse, it is a disempowered energy. It's an unbalanced energy, right? So yeah, that can be something that is completely creating friction with others in your connections or within yourself, right? Look at that. Shift your energy. Okay. And from what I'm seeing here, away from this Queen of Wands in reverse and Five of Swords into the Queen of Cups, right? Compassion. We're holding compassion towards ourselves. Love. That energy also extended towards others, right? To really heal these connections and relationships, to help you with the Queen of Pentacles energy here and the Page of Pentacles to be more grounded, right? To be more nurturing, to nurture your ideas and not be afraid of putting forth the committed effort towards creating stable, harmonious relationships, right? I almost feel like for some of you that chose this pile, and this is very specific too, but I almost feel like for some of you, the conflict is something that is easier, because this may have been all that you ever known, is conflict with others and not actually knowing how to mend and heal it. So it's like you may find yourself in situations with person after person after person where it's just like this ends in conflict, that ends in conflict. And it's like the skills that Spirit is wanting you to learn is how to better approach them from a place of love and compassion and empathy, and learn how to stay committed towards creating and maintaining stable, harmonious relationships, right? Because it says a lot about you and your foundation that you can feel stable and grounded so that you're in a place to be able to connect with other people, right? To create those harmonious connections and relationships, right? Because if we're dealing with an imbalance within ourselves, what kind of energy do you think that we're putting forth to connect with other people? Right? We're going to be met sometimes with that same energy, or even energy that's even more challenging. Okay? So this is where Spirit is saying here, shift your energy, right? And I think what you guys have, yeah, you have the Sun here, right? The Sun is an energy of, it's also the energy of a masculine energy, right? So it can be a need for shifting into masculine. For me, it's also kind of looking at maybe even a suppressed feminine. Or even for some of you that need to be, like I said, more confident in the self. The Sun is the beautiful energy of happiness, of vitality, of, joy, and feeling content and fulfilled with life. Okay. So yeah, shift your energy, shifting into that energy of happiness, of joy, right? Away from that Queen of Wands in reverse, Five of Swords type of energy. Let's see what else here. We have financial constraints, okay? This is lack. This is poverty. This is lack mentality. This, for some of you, this is reminding me of the Five of Pentacles, is abandonment. Scarcity mindset, lack mentality, poverty, not feeling like we have enough, right? We don't have enough. We're in lack, whether that is love, whether that is abundance, whatever it is. We feel emptiness. We feel void. We feel the energy of despair. We feel like there's nothing that we can do to change our situation. We're always going to be this way, right? I can't fix it. I'm doomed to poverty. I'm doomed to being without somebody, or not finding love, or not finding this, or not finding that, right? So this is kind of that need for changing that belief system, right? Changing that belief. We also have black tourmaline, card number 10. So let's look at what that is. Card number 10. Okay. So black tourmaline says healthy boundaries, repelling and dispelling unwanted energies, whether they're our own energies or those are energies from other people, right? Shielding and protection, healthy interdependence, which means to me it's also you guys learning how to break away from any codependency with others, okay? And it says, there is a saying that good fences make good neighbors. Well-being likewise requires healthy boundaries that respect everyone's uniqueness. Similarities and differences. The appearance of black tourmaline spirit is a sign that now is the time to make sure those fences are neither impenetrable walls nor so porous and broken down that you start to lose track of where you end and others begin. It's invigorating to move between alone time and together time. Maybe you need to be with some extroverts for a while, or maybe you need a long evening alone with a good book. If you've been feeling tired lately, pay attention to whether you're neglecting yourself at some level, giving too much, suffering from empathy overload, right? Which can also be a thing for some of you with that Queen of Cups there. Are you giving too much of yourself, right? Are you that person who's just giving and giving and giving and not learning how to set boundaries in connections, right? Especially if it's not being, that energy's not being returned. Okay. Let's see what else here. If you've been feeling tired lately, pay attention to whether you're neglecting yourself at some level, giving too much, suffering from empathy overload, or depending too much on someone else and crowding them. You may need some downtime to remind you that you are a human being, not a human doing. You do not have to earn love through perpetual self-sacrifice, nor do you have to feel overwhelmed and needy. Healthy boundaries mean leaning on others in a balanced way. Black Tourmaline Spirit is here to nudge you to be mindful of when you need time to yourself and when you need to be among those who accept you exactly as you are. The relationship message says it's natural to yearn for that one special someone to be everything you need. But even if you're matched with your soulmate, the two of you require some time away from each other now and again to truly appreciate how much you enjoy being together. An afternoon with friends or working on a project solo can recharge your batteries. If you don't want to be apart from the one you love, be sure that it's not because you're afraid to be alone. The conscious universe wants you to be yourself and relaxed in your relationship, for you deserve the gift of love that is fulfilling and nurturing. Okay, so I am going to read the prosperity message because this did come in with financial constraints, which is the lack mentality, right? Financial instability. It says healthy boundaries build trust, which is important when it comes to money and finances. It's so easy to jump and insist, oh no, I think I'm not getting a fair deal here. When this crystal appears, be especially observant of any tendency to be unclear or insecure about the flow of money between or among you or your circle. Now is a good time to check in with everyone to be sure they are comfortable with how the force of prosperity is moving from person to person. We are meant to help each other and share our affluence. So confirm that you are maintaining healthier boundaries as you work with others in ways that involve money and wealth, right? Which to me also, because it's talking about a little bit of codependency, that we're making sure that we are someone who's not just taking money from others, that we are also someone who's giving back, right? We're learning how to create and manifest abundance and prosperity ourselves so that we can be kind, right? And give to others in that way. And that we're not just the person who's on the receiving end. Also with that Queen of Wands in reverse is that we're not being jealous, right? Or envious of another person's prosperity, but that we also recognize that we can create that ourselves. We all have access to the same opportunities, right? But it is about our perspective and the way that we look at those opportunities surrounding us that makes all the difference, right? Makes all the difference. And so this is where Spirit is really wanting you, I feel like, to work on the self-esteem, the self-confidence, the worth, the value that you find within yourself. Shift the energy here, right? Because this is Spirit saying here, you're dealing with this energy of friction, right? This energy is not in alignment with you at this time to help you to open up to that flow of abundance. So there is that need for shifting into that more positive mindset, more self-esteem, more confidence that you're building within yourself, right? And that's learning also to accept yourself as you are and not feeling that you're, you'll be happy when this happens or you'll be happy when this comes about. It's like focusing on happiness now, right? And anything that you're not really liking is you're working towards committing yourself towards changing, right? Creating, manifesting, you co-creating, honoring your intuition and where it's guiding you towards. Okay? So I'm going to leave it here for you. Pile number 3. I hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading.